Recently, Oceanhorn 2 was updated to version 2.4, which brought native ARM support to M1 chips. Today we're going to have a look at how this new build improves performance on M1, M1 Pro, and M1 Max devices. Oceanhorn 2 is one of the biggest console games on Apple Arcade, with gorgeous semi-open world locations, high-quality cinematics, and a 20+ hour action-adventure campaign. Yes, it's lacking some AAA polish in terms of voice acting, character animations, and so on, but for me and many others, it's still been a fan favourite for gamers on Arcade since it released in late 2019. It's also one of the few games on the service that is powered by Unreal Engine 4, and it's one of the few high-end games on the platform to run under the ARM architecture. Its native ARM performance is considerably better than any other console or high-end title that we've seen so far on Arcade. Before this update, Oceanhorn 2 was, well, obviously an Intel app and ran through Rosetta 2, but there were no optimization updates released for Rosetta 2 before this update. But now in version 2.4, CornFox are hitting closer to a locked 60 FPS on the original M1, and it's considerably better on the new M1 chips, as you'll discover later in the video. The biggest downside to Oceanhorn 2 is that it still doesn't allow you to choose your own custom resolution in-game. I can't provide the specific resolutions that Oceanhorn 2 uses, but CornFox told me that the resolution is dynamic here. What I also discovered through CornFox is that you can go into display preferences and choose a scaled resolution to affect the in-game resolution. When you have high graphics enabled in-game, CornFox are aiming at 75% of native Mac resolution, or what you set from display settings from system preferences, but it can go down to 50% according to how heavy the calculations are to maintain FPS. On most new iOS devices, you can now enable a 60 FPS mode from the game's system menu. On Mac, Unreal Engine doesn't limit the FPS that you can achieve. In other words, there is no FPS cap for the Mac version of Oceanhorn 2. ProMotion is supported as well for the new 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro displays. It's important to note, however, if you're playing on an external monitor, the FPS will be limited according to the monitor's refresh rate. My external monitor, which is actually a capture card Elgato 4K60 Pro Mark II, supports 1440p and up to 120Hz. My M1 Pro and M1 Max devices can get over 100 FPS at this display resolution. The Mac version also offers the ability to enable high or low graphics quality. I don't know why there is no medium, but that's just how it is. Both these devices are playable at high, and what's weird is that the performance between these two chips is very similar. I guess it really doesn't matter, as getting over 100 FPS is still very playable, in my opinion. If I change the display resolution to 2160p, the frame rate will be stuck at 60 FPS on both Macs, due to the fact that my capture card only supports up to 60Hz at this resolution. Still, the game will maintain a locked 60 FPS in this state on both Macs. I would recommend choosing 2160p as a display resolution to appreciate the detailed world on offer here in Oceanhorn 2. But note, as I said before, this is not true 4K resolution. The original M1 chip sees mixed performance. Here I'm running the game at a display resolution of 2160p, and the frame rate is anywhere from 43 to 53 FPS. It's playable, I guess, but we need to remember most high-end games on this chip are not even playable above 1080p with a decent frame rate. But still, 60 FPS should really be the main target for this game. In order to get 60 FPS, you need to lower your max display resolution down to either 1080p or 900p, or your max native default resolution. At this resolution, you will hit closer to a locked 60 FPS, and it's a much better experience. So what do you think of this new M1 update for Oceanhorn 2? Have you tried the game on your M1 device? What do you think of the improved performance? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, please drop a like and subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything Apple gaming related. I'm very sorry for my lack of content the past month, but I will be more active in December, I promise. My name's Stewie, and thanks for watching.